Okay, let's jump straight in. Today, we're doing a deep dive into just one chapter of ancient history, First Chronicles 18. We want to explore this really pivotal moment, the extraordinary consolidation of King David's power and his kingdom. What does this one chapter actually tell us about the scale and maybe the methods he used to build up his reign?
Yeah, this chapter is absolutely packed. It's pretty remarkable how efficiently it sketches out a king moving really fast from, victory to basically an established empire. It's definitely more than just listing battles. It gets into strategic control, the huge influx of resources, and even building a proper state administration.
Right, and it kicks off with military dominance, doesn't it? He confronts the Philistines first, taking Gath and its surrounding towns. Why is getting control over a place like Gath, why is that so important right at this stage?
Well, Gath was a major Philistine city, a real stronghold, a long-standing adversary for Israel. Taking it signals a pretty decisive shift in power. It's like moving from just defending against them to actively subduing one of their key power centers.
Mm.
It's a really foundational step, securing his immediate western flank.
And these conquests seem to spread so quickly. Next, he strikes down the Moabites, makes them start paying tribute. Then comes that really big one, Hadadezer, king of Zobah, who is reaching towards the Euphrates River. That feels like a massive jump in ambition, geographically speaking.
Oh, it absolutely is. Zobah was a powerful Aramean kingdom. Pushing towards the Euphrates suggests David isn't just thinking about Israel's traditional borders anymore. He's projecting power out into the wider region. And the text gives us some incredible detail here. Capture 1,000 chariots, 7,000 charioteers, 20,000 foot soldiers. It's quite specific.
And that detail about hamstringing most of the chariot horses, that really stands out. What does that tell us, do you think, about his military thinking?
That bit is fascinating, isn't it? Chariots were like the main mobile fighting platform back then, the high-tech weapon. So hamstringing them suggests a strategic choice not to just absorb this massive chariot force into his own army right away. Perhaps it was the terrain, maybe training issues, or maybe he just preferred his tried and tested infantry tactics. He basically neutralized a major threat without necessarily adopting their exact methods wholesale. He kept just 100, maybe, for specific tasks, or possibly just as symbols of victory.
Right. And then when the Arameans from Damascus try to help Hadadezer, David defeats another, 22,000 of them, and then he puts garrisons right in Damascus, making them subject, making them pay tribute. That's not just winning a battle, that's setting up direct political and economic control way outside traditional Israelite land.
Exactly. It shows that quick shift from just military victory to actual political subjection and, importantly, resource extraction. And the text is very clear about attributing the success, this widespread, almost simultaneous success. The Lord gave David victory everywhere he went. This divine backing is presented as the direct reason he could achieve this level of dominance.
And look at the sheer wealth pouring in. Gold shields from Hadadezer's officers, huge amounts of bronze from towns like Tibah and Kun. What was the importance of getting that much bronze specifically?
Bronze was absolutely crucial. I mean, for tools, for weapons, and for major construction projects. Getting a great quantity like this wasn't just incidental loot, it was strategically vital material. And the text actually connects it directly to future plans, stating this was the bronze Solomon later used for the temple furnishings. The bronze sea, the pillars, those huge items.
Yeah.
So these military campaigns were literally providing the raw materials for the kingdom's central religious building.
Wow. Even neighboring kings like Tu of Hamath, who is actually an enemy of Hadadezer, even he sends gifts of gold, silver, and bronze to congratulate David. That shows the ripple effect, doesn't it? His power is reshaping the whole region, making others want to get on his good side.
Yes, absolutely. His victories weren't just about changing lines on a map. They were shifting alliances, changing trade flows. And David's reaction to all this wealth is also noted, dedicating it all to the Lord. From all the defeated nations, Edom, Moab, Ammonites, Philistines, Amalek, plus these new gifts. It reinforces that strong link the text draws between his conquests, divine favor, and the religious core of the kingdom.
Okay, so beyond the conquests and the wealth, the chapter also details setting up the state machinery. You've got Joab over the army, Jehoshaphat as the recorder.
Yes, the recorder, then Zadok and Ahimelech as priests, Shavsha as secretary, Benaiah over elite troops like the Kerethites and Pelethites.
And David's own sons as chief officials working closely with him.
This is the administrative structure being put in place.
Yeah.
See, it's not enough just to conquer. You have to manage what you've gained. You need a recorder for state record subjects, tribute, resources, a secretary for communications, clear military command structures, and putting trusted people, including his own family, in these key positions. It really shows David wasn't just a warrior king. He was actively building the institutions needed for long-term rule over a much bigger territory.
So, if we're summarizing what this single chapter shows about David's consolidation, it's really a picture of widespread strategic military success against key regional players. It's also about acquiring immense strategic resources that would, fund and literally build future core projects.
Yeah.
And at the same time, establishing a structured administration to actually govern this newly expanded kingdom.
Exactly. These details paint such a vivid picture of the foundation being laid. It's a clear transformation from a king just securing his own throne to a ruler with real regional dominance. He's got vast wealth tied to national and religious goals and the beginnings of a pretty sophisticated state apparatus. Makes you reflect, doesn't it, on the nature of consolidating power back then, in that ancient context. Looking at what's described here, what stands out to you personally about these methods and their immediate results?
Yeah, that's a great question. And considering the sheer scale of it all, the conquest, the resource gathering, the organization, all detailed in just this one chapter, what does that suggest about the trajectory, the potential of the kingdom David was actually building here? It feels like a really powerful foundation laid out in striking detail.